All right, well, welcome. We'll go ahead and get started with just some breathing movements. So starting off with double breath with tension, inhale twice through the nose, tense everything, draw everything in. Hold here, squeeze everything in. Exhale twice out the mouth. Two more times. Hold for as long as you need. And exhale when you're ready. Relax everything. Inhale, tense. When you're ready, release, exhale. Take a couple normal breaths. Keep your eyes closed. Relax any tension in your eyes or in your jaw. Just take some time to connect with your breath. And then doing a little exercise to loosen up the shoulders. On your inhale, bring your shoulders up by your ears. And then on the exhale, let them drop. And it's kind of dramatic. Just let them drop down. So inhale up, exhale, let them drop. They might bounce a little. And then inhale, come back up. Exhale, let them drop. Do that 2 more times. Inhale up, exhale, drop. And then doing a little head roll. See if you can think about how your head is on top of your neck, on top of your spine, and see if you can rotate the head without really moving the neck. Almost like you're a bobblehead going in one direction and then go in the other direction. And then you can lightly bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Very gentle here since we're still not completely warmed up. It's a very light stretch. Then come back to center and gentle stretch to the left. One side might be a little tighter than the other. No strain. Come back to center, bring your head back. Come back to center and head forward. Keeping your head forward, you can slightly tilt to the left, stretching the right side. Come back to center, go over to the right side, stretch the left. And then come back to center. And then do a couple larger rolls with the head in one direction. And then go in the other. And then roll your shoulders, going in one direction. And then go in the other direction. And then just kind of shake it out however you want. Get that energy out. And then we'll start on, or we'll continue on all fours with cat-cow. moving with your breath. Take it nice and slow. Come back to table, doing extended moving cat-cow. So widen the knees, point the toes in. Exhale, round down. Inhale, stay low, come up. Or pull forward, then come up. Exhale, round. Coming back to table. Wag the dog, so alternate bending right hip and left and right shoulder together. Squeeze. Come back to center. Exhale, squeeze left side towards each other. Shoulder and hip towards each other. Inhale, center. Keep going, alternating sides. There's one side that needs a little extra love. Stay there. Then coming to table one more time, come into plank. And then lift your hips for down dog. In down dog, tuck your tailbone, draw the belly in, lengthen through your lower back. See if you can roll your shoulders a little bit. And then keep them distanced apart from each other, drawing back towards your hips. Hands are flat on the mat, pressing down. Gently inhale, bring your right leg up. Exhale, step or walk it through for lunge. You can either keep your knee down or lift. Draw right hip back. One more breath here. Then come back to down dog. On your next inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step or walk it through. Draw your left hip back. One more breath here. And then come back to down dog. From here, come into plank for 3 deep breaths. Then lift back for down dog. Rest here. One more set of plank, 3 breaths. Come to down dog and rest. In down dog, alternate bending knees, let your hips sway side to side. Then slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands. Forward fold. Ragdoll, clasp on the opposite elbows. Allow your body to hang down. You can add a gentle sway side to side. Slowly release your hands and start to uncurl. So standing up. When you get to the top, just roll out your shoulders. Do whatever feels good. There's a little extra movement you need. And we'll do crescent moon series. So starting off, bending to your right, lift your left arm up. And exhale, bend. See if you can have your left palm aiming towards or facing towards the ground, more or less. And see if you can keep a little space between your shoulder and your ears. Slowly come back up. And other side. Soften your joints, bend to your left. Ground down through your right foot as you reach a little bit more. Then come back to center. Supported back bend. You can bring your hands behind you. Either make fists, have the hands point up or down. Inhale, lift your chest, squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. First, focus on lifting up. And then, if your back feels okay, you can have a little back bend. Still lifting your heart up to the sky. Heart is open here. On your inhales, fill it with love. Exhale out anything else. One more. Slowly release into a forward fold. Grab on wherever you'd like, behind your legs or underneath your toes. And just play around here with allowing your body to relax into the pose. And to me, I feel a lot of tension. So telling your body, allowing it to let go and just slowly release. Slowly release your hands if they're under your feet or if they're behind you. And slowly start to inhale, come up. Once again, roll out your shoulders, shake off any chi that you want to get rid of. And we'll do chair pose next. So feet are hip width apart. And when you're ready, start to sit back in your chair and either hands at heart center or at your hips or in front of you. As you're here, draw your attention to your core, making sure it's nice and strong, supporting your lower back. Breathing here, 7, 8, sit down a little bit more, 9, and 10, come all the way up and release. Take a deep breath. Balancing chair, bringing the arms straight out in front. Come up onto your toes. You might need to go up and down a few times. Once you're steady here, either just hold here or you can add a little bend to your knees. Keep your back straight, shoulders in line with your hips. Focus on lifting your heels. Breathing here, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slowly come all the way up and release. Shake it all out. Coming into pyramid, so slide your left foot back about 3/4 of a leg length apart, and your feet can be as wide as they need to be. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, round over. And today, just stay down. So we're in pyramid, drawing the right hip back. When you're ready, and if you'd like, come into rotated pyramid here. So bringing the left hand a little further up, lengthening the spine, twist open to your right. Hand can be in the air or at your hip. Slowly come back down to center. Engage your core, use both arms to inhale, come back up. And back to the top of your mat. Deep breath here. And other side. Right foot back. Right arm up. Exhale, round over. Hold down here. And draw left hip back. When you're ready, you can add rotation. Lengthen through the spine, then twist. Come back to center, engage your core, use both arms, inhale, come back up. Back to the top of your mat, take a deep breath. Stepping your left foot back again into warrior 1. Both hips face the front. And your choice here, you can do regular warrior 1 with the arms overhead, or if you'd like to work on your shoulders, clasp your hands behind your hips. And then use that to do a slight little back bend, focusing on lifting the chest, lifting the heart, and drawing the shoulders behind you. Still keep your core strong. Legs are active. Then bring the chest forward. Let your hands come overhead or towards the front of the mat. Then slowly make your way back up. Release your hands, change sides. Both hips to the front and clasp on. Lifting the chest first. Then bring the chest forward and the hands towards the front of the mat. One more breath here. Make your way back up and release. Tracking in the side plane, step your left foot back, hips open to the side. First move just a couple times. Hold down on your next exhale. Inhale, bring your left arm overhead. Exhale, turn the palm, bring it behind you. Keep moving with your breath. One more. From here, keeping the hand behind you, if you'd like a little extra challenge, you can work on balancing half moon. So you would bend your front knee and then come forward, bringing the right hand to the mat, and left hand either at your hip or as you become more comfortable and stable, you can bring the arm up. Focus on trying to open up your hips so that you're stacking your left hip on top of your right. Keep your left foot flexed as if it's pressing against a wall. And if you fall out, just get back in. One more breath. Slowly make your way back up and pivot sides. So starting off moving in the hip. Then on your next exhale, hold down, add your arm. Inhale overhead. Exhale behind. Two more. Then, staying here with the hand behind you, if you'd like to do half moon, you can. Bend the front knee. Bring the hand down. Work on stacking your hips. And then if you're steady here, you can add your arm. One more big deep breath here. And slowly make your way back up. Wide-legged forward fold. Bring your feet parallel to each other as wide as you'd like. Hinge at your hips. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands over to the right side, really reaching with your left hand. And if you'd like to add a little twist here, you can twist through your waist, opening the right shoulder up towards the sky. Slowly come back to center, walk over to your left, really reach with your right, and add a twist if you'd like. Slowly come back to center. Bring your hands out in front of you so that they're in line with your shoulders. Your back is lengthened and flat. 3 lines breaths. Inhale, rock back. Exhale, yawn forward, stretch your jaw. 2 more times. Make as much noise as you like. Then slowly walk or hop your feet back together and start to uncurl to come back up. Take a nice inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. We'll do a couple balancing poses. So this one, standing bow pose, it's your choice. You can do just a standard hamstring stretch, grabbing onto the ankle, or if you'd like to go a little deeper, have your right palm open up to the side with the right shoulder kind of open. You're going to grab onto the inner right ankle, and your knees are together here at first. Your hips are facing the front. This left arm is up just to help balance. And then once you're steady here, you can press your right ankle into your hand. Still keep the energy of your knees drawing towards each other so you're not scrunching your lower back. Focus on this first, and then if you're more advanced, you can add the hinge to your hips. We're really opening the shoulder and getting a nice quad stretch here. Slowly make your way back to center. Reset with a yogi squat. Feet are wide. Let your tailbone draw down. Then come back up for the other side. This time your left palm faces out and open to the side, and you're grabbing onto the inner ankle. So this is helping open your shoulder and chest a little bit more. Knees together at first, and then you can press your foot into your hand. Keep the knees drawing towards each other. No scrunching of the lower back. One more breath here. Slowly come back to center, yogi squat. Slowly come back up to standing. The next standing balancing pose will be your choice, either tree, half lotus, or my favorite is figure four. But if you're starting new, do tree with the right foot open and either have it rest on your calf or the toe down. But if you'd like to take it into figure four, this is also called one-legged chair. You can cross your ankle and then sit back like you're sitting in the chair. If it works, your elbows can come to your knee and ankle, or each day is a little different with balance. Just have your hands at heart center. Keep your right foot flexed. This is a great pose for after a run or anything that's working more in the movement front and back. One more breath here and slowly release. Shake out your legs. And other side. So starting off, just crossing over. We're coming into tree pose. Sit back into the chair. One more breath here. Slowly come up and release. Come into yogi squat one more time. And then we'll make it our way onto the floor. So when you're in yogi squat, you can kind of sway side to side. If it feels good, you can do a few twists. And then when you're ready, make your way onto your back. Lie back, hug your knees to chest. From here, sway side to side. Play around with where your knees are. If they're a little closer to your chest, you might feel the massage a little bit more in a different area. If they're a little further away, you can get into your lower back. Give yourself some time to play here. Then when you're ready, hug your right knee to chest, extend your left leg long. Inhale, prepare, exhale, squeeze chest, knee to chest. Extend your right leg up to the sky, hamstring stretch. Keep lifting through your heel, foot is flexed, as you then hug your knee or leg to chest. Slowly release and then bring your leg out to the right. Either knee stays bent or the leg can be straight. Just aim to keep the knee in line with your hip or a little higher off the ground. Bring your leg back to center and cross over. Play around with your hips here. If you need to scooch them a little to the right, do so that your left hip can be more or less on top of your right, or your right hip can be on top of your left, and the right knee can be drawing towards the ground on the left side. Slowly come back to center. Readjust your hips if you need. Leg up, draw head to knee. Slowly release. Shake out your right leg. When you're ready, grab onto your left. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, soften. Extend your left leg up for hamstring stretch. Then open out to the left. Scoot your hips to the left and cross, or come back to center, cross over, and scoot your hips if you need. Come back to center. Extend your leg one more time, head to knee. Slowly release. Shake out your left leg. Bring your arms overhead. Take a nice deep stretch. And hold here for a few deep breaths. Then come back to hugging knees to chest. And grabbing on behind your thighs, you can rock and roll. Then make your way up and over on your belly. Starting off with Cobra. Take this as deep as you'd like. Draw the elbows, shoulders down towards your heels. Point your toes, press into the tops of your mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keep moving with your breath. On the last 3 breaths, hold. See if you can hover your hands off the mat. Then come to a resting position, resting your cheek on the mat, arms alongside you, palms face up. Coming back to center, flying grasshopper. So you can either clasp your hands over your hips or just bring them alongside you. On your inhale, lift your chest and legs at the same time. Stay up in this pose. You can soften a little and then inhale, come up a little more. Slowly release, rest your other head, side of your cheek to the mat. Arms alongside, toes point in. For the last belly back bend, stretching the wing. Bring your right arm out so that your armpit is kind of facing down towards the mat. Keep the palm down. Roll onto your right side. And you can either have your left foot behind you to support. You can bring your left hand in front of you. Or if you'd like to take it a little deeper, you can add a butterfly wing. So grabbing onto the left ankle with your left hand and getting a nice quad stretch here. Slowly come back to center and to the other side. Left arm is out. Roll on to the left side. And if the butterfly wing, the grabbing onto the ankle part, doesn't work for you, but it feels good to open your chest, you can also just have your left arm or your right arm open, allowing you to open up more through the chest. One more breath here. Then come back to center and press back into extended cat stretch. So knees are wide, toes point in. To get a little extra stretch through the sides of your chest and armpits, bring your elbows towards you, bending the forearms up, and then rest your head in between here. Slowly release and make your way up to kneeling. And then come into down dog to do one-legged pigeon prep. So starting off in down dog, inhale your right leg up, exhale, bring it through. And you can just stay here, sitting on your hip, your right hip, with the leg bent. And this might be a good enough stretch. Or if you'd like to take it a little deeper, you can work on bringing the leg parallel to the front of your mat and coming up to where your back foot is tucked, the toes are tucked, and the energy from your knees are drawing in towards each other. So you're not overextending through this right side. If it's comfortable here, you can take it a little deeper by coming down onto your elbows and rounding over. Just keep both feet flexed and strong and the knees drawing in towards each other. One more big deep breath here. Then slowly make your way back up. Weight into the hands first, then come into down dog. Then come into three-legged dog if you can. Bringing the right leg overhead. You can bend and straighten the leg, or just let it come over, opening up through the hip. And then slowly come back to down dog, and we'll do the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring it through. Either just stay on your left hip, or you can work on building the pose. Starting to have the calf and shin parallel with the front. Tuck the back toes, knee is down. And then if you're steady, feeling good here, you can come down to your elbows. Keep both feet flexed and both knees drawing into each other. One more breath here. Then slowly come weight back into the hands, then come into down dog and come into three-legged dog if it's in your practice. You can bend and straighten if you did so on the other side, and then just hold. And then slowly come back to kneeling. Bring your legs straight out in front of you. And come into bound angle. So soles of feet together. Starting off with the sitting up nice and tall. Feeling your pelvis kind of come forward a little. Once you're steady here, you can start to see if you can, keeping your back straight, lean a little forward more. And then eventually round over. We'll stay here for several breaths. So allow your body to just slowly release and sink into this pose just a little bit more. Take 2 more deep breaths here. And slowly release. Come back up. Extend your legs forward and give them a little shake. Seated forward fold. So move any flesh you need out from underneath your sits bones. Inhale, reach tall through the crown of your head. Then on your exhale, reach for your toes. Add as much of a bend in your knees as you need. I personally like to get the crooks of my wrists behind my toes and then use my toes to help press into my hands to lengthen and get a nice stretch through my mid and lower back. As you do this, draw belly button to spine. Slowly release, come back up, roll out your shoulders, and seated spinal twist. So bringing the right foot either up by your hip or crossover. Inhale, reach tall, then exhale, twist. My favorite way to do this pose is to, on each exhale, see if I can wring it out a little bit more. Then I soften, inhale real deep. And exhale, twist and wring out. One more breath. Come back to center, counter twist for one breath. And other side. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, twist. Slowly come back to center, counter twist. And then come to a comfortable seated position. Or actually, we'll go ahead and make it down for Shavasana. So if there's any other pose or stretch you'd like to do before Shavasana, feel free to do that now. And then as you get into Shavasana, have your feet mat width apart or so. Let them rock side by side and then fall open. As you lay down, tuck your shoulder blades behind you to help release any tension in your neck and shoulders. And this helps open up your chest as well, so palms are out to the sides, facing up, and the back of the head is resting into the mat. Allow your breath to just gently flow in and out without noticing your effort. And start to feel relaxation swirling around your toes. Relaxation swirls up your legs, around your hips, around your lower back and belly. Relaxation swirls around your fingers, up your arms. Relaxation swirls around your chest, your shoulders. Relaxation releases any tension in your neck, in your jaw, in your eyes. Relaxation swirls around your mind, letting go of any thoughts and allowing them to flow out. Slowly start to bring awareness back to your body. You can stretch overhead. When you're ready, curl over, roll around to one side, curling into a ball. Allow for a few more moments of rest. Then when you're ready, slowly make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Real quickly, I wanted to share just a little yoga philosophy. One of the yamas, 10 codes of conduct, is aparigraha. So that's non clinging or non grasping. And as we go through so many changes right now with the world and so many unknowns, I've been really drawn to that because of the idea of just letting go and trying to be present. Not only letting go of the past, but also maybe letting go of what we had planned for the future, knowing that things may change. So, yeah, I hope that that's something if you're interested in looking more into aparigraha. Um, you can always reach out to me directly too, but just letting go and trying to live in the moment. And if there's things or people or anything else that you might need to just take a break from, allow yourself to do that in this time and allow yourself to rest and relax. So we'll end with one om if you'd like to join in. Om. Thank you for coming to class. Namaste.